Can we just agree that my mom's yard is the best? I mean, can we agree? It's the best. Thank you. So it's good being at home because whenever I'm in the yard, I feel like I'm one with nature. You know, I mean, as a son of the soil, I feel like I'm at home. I feel like that should be a script or something. I might have to write this down. Anyways, the other day I was walking in my mom's yard and I was inspired to actually shoot the video that you saw in the beginning. And it reminded me of how I used to take pictures of my mom's flowers using my phone back when I didn't have a digital camera or anything. So I was sort of interested to experiment to see how far phones have come in comparison to digital cameras, and just to see how close they are now today, because I mean, a lot of phones now have really good cameras. So I ended up taking similar photos using both my Samsung S10 and my Sony A6400 camera. And I'm gonna show you a couple of comparisons. Honestly, it should be an obvious comparison, but I'm just interested to see if some of you are going to fail. Okay, Van, that is not my intention. That is not my intention. I mean, everyone fails. Fail proudly. I tried to use the same settings on both cameras. And I tried to make it fair, to be honest. I mean, I edited the pictures the same. But hey, you know, who knows? Maybe you're gonna guess wrong or you're gonna guess right. Let's just see. So I'm just gonna pull up the images on the screen and give you a few seconds to guess which one was the Sony and which one was the Samsung. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds for this one. The Samsung is the one on the right, the Sony is the one on the left. And I mean, probably this was obvious for photographers because as you can see, the depth of field on the Sony is just buttery smooth. I actually think phones give a digital depth of field and it's not like really like original. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, that was that. I'm sure you got it right? If you didn't, please let me know in the comments down below, or if you got it right as well. And this is now the second comparison. This one is actually going to be interesting, and I want to, please let me know in the comments down below if you actually get this right. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds for this one. For this one, the Sony is the one on the right and the Samsung is the one on the left. Did you get it right? Did you get it right? Come on, come on. I must say I was really impressed on the Samsung for this picture because I feel like it really came close. Like it really tried. This is really good for a phone. Of course, again, you'll see how superior the digital camera is once you start zooming in, and then you know, you'll see how the Sony preserves more detail as compared to the Samsung. But hey, I mean, if you're not taking pictures professionally, then a phone today in 2021 can do the job. Nonetheless, let me know if you failed or if you actually got it right. If you failed, I am calling your parents after this video. Does anyone remember how that felt when a teacher told you, I'm gonna call your parents? Not my father. Can't you just treat me as a human being? Why you gotta bring in my parents? Like, I mean, can we talk about this human to human? Even teachers failed at some point. No one talks about that. Moving on with this video. The last comparison that I'm gonna show you is, this one is definitely easy. Like, I mean, if you got any of the two wrong, I mean, if you get this one wrong, then... So I'm gonna give you 3 seconds for this one. This one is really easy, to be honest. The Sony is on the right, the Samsung is on the left. If you got that wrong, there is nothing we can do for you. You are just living for living, Jay. You don't even know what tomorrow is going to bring. You are just, hey. So when I was done editing these pictures, I showed them to my cousin brother and I asked him to choose between Sony and Samsung, and he got all of them wrong. He literally said all the Samsung pictures were taken by the Sony camera. I was like, wow. But then it made me realize something that I didn't mention when I actually initially recorded this video, which is phones tend to oversaturate images and they usually have this extra digital sharpness, which is not naturally what you would see with your eyes. But it's not necessarily a bad thing, because not everyone out there is looking for the most natural image or most cinematic looking thing. Like, a lot of people are just looking for a nice picture that they can post on Instagram. Psh, done. And phones do that so well. Like, they just add that extra sharpness that makes the images look really good on a phone. Like, but the more you zoom into the image, you'll see how the digital sharpness actually makes the image not so great, which is why my cousin brother, and probably most of you who got the answers wrong, thought that the Samsung images were taken by the Sony camera. Probably you're looking at the images and you're like, oh, this one is more sharper than the other one, so this is the digital camera, which is not always the case, because the cool thing about the digital camera is you can always add that sharpness in post-production. But I like to have a more natural look, so I'm not always going to have too sharp of an image, but I could have added a lot of sharpness in it. So it's not to say that phones don't actually meet your needs, because they probably do. You're probably watching this and maybe you might have been like, wow, I actually prefer the Samsung photos, which is why I'm actually making this video, because at the end of the day, it's all about what you prefer and how you use your footage at the end of the day. So depending on your needs and your reasons why you would want to take pictures or videos, you might not actually need to go buy a camera that costs you thousands and thousands of dollars. You might just need a really good modern phone. I hope this video was interesting, and I hope it showed you that phones actually have what it takes. I mean, depending on what you're doing, of course, but they have what it takes. My name is Z, and this is what I do. I make videos on tips and tutorials on how I shoot my stuff, videos and photos, of course. And if that's your kind of thing, please do consider subscribing, leaving a like and comment down below, you know, all the nice things. And do check out my Instagram for some of the stuff that I do. Apart from that, see you next time.